had a lot to do with that. I give them credit, particularly at the early stages of the game, man. You know, they utilized their bye week well. They threw some things at us that we had to adjust to. I thought we were able to get some things settled down at the half and kind of, you know, get back into thing. Injuries are a part of it. It's significant, but I thought losing Tyson Alualu in game and losing Mike Hilton prior to the game, those are two critical rundown defenders that made it tough for us to function at times because they are exceptional in running the football. And so we acknowledged that. We knew we could bleed a little bit, but the story is beyond that. We lack detail in some areas, and so we got to work to get better and fortify ourselves for the next opportunity. Like I always say, it's good to do that with the win. But just much respect to Baltimore. They bring the best out in us, man. This rivalry is what it is, man. Hopefully it was entertaining to football fans worldwide. Questions?
1 second, guys. We're going to fix the backdrop real quick. Okay, everyone, thanks for the patience. First one, Dale Lawley.
Mike, you guys were using a lot of different packages out there, guys coming in, guys coming out. Is that just life now without some of the guys that you're playing without?
Again, like I mentioned, some of the ways that we had to function, particularly on defense, we went in the game minus some significant run defenders like Mike Hilton. The loss of Tyson Alualu really stressed us in terms of matching their power in that area, man. They're a strong run team, coupled with the fact that their quarterback is a legitimate runner. We had to do what we had to do to settle it down.
Jerry Dulac.
Hey, Mike, I'm sorry because I missed the beginning. What was the difference from the first half to the second half with the offensively?
You know, they threw some things at us, man. They were a group that were coming off a bye, to be honest with you. And so I knew that it could be tough sledding early on. And it was, not only on offense, but in all three phases. And so we had to adjust, man. And I thought, you know, we needed that 12 or so minutes at halftime to gather ourselves and recalibrate and eliminate some things on our menu and highlight some other things on our menu that were going to be critical to the challenges that they were presenting us.
Joe Rudder.
Yeah, Mike, you don't expect Lamar Jackson to make those kind of interceptions. How big was that to change the momentum?
You know, we got respect for him, but we don't fear him. And so, you know, we're not surprised by anything that transpires.
Mike Pursuta.
Mike, can you shed a little light on the areas of detail that you thought were lacking? And was some of that?
It's not anything that you would appreciate, to be honest with you. It's about spilling the ball or containing the ball or how you declare fronts on the other side of the ball to make sure you get a hat on a hat. It's little subtleties that are significant when you're playing good on good. And sometimes you can get away with it, but in an environment like that versus a team of that quality, you just got to be on it. You got to be on all of it. And at times we were not. And I just got to be honest with you.
Brooke Pryor.
Mike, what did you guys have to do for Ben Roethlisberger to adjust at halftime after having such a dismal start to the game there in the first half?
I have outlined it for you guys in as many ways as I can. You know, we highlighted some things, we eliminated some other things. We acknowledged that, you know, that they were coming off of a bye and they were beating us to the punch a little bit. And so that's just life. We adjusted. We didn't blink. I just can't say enough about how proud I am of the guys in terms of their mental toughs, the way that they supported one another, the way that they didn't fall apart in the midst of some of the things that were going on. I think that that's as critical as anything.
Jim Colony.
Yeah, Mike, you mentioned Alualu's absence having an effect early, but, man, Bugs made some plays at the end. What got into him?
He needed to. When he first came in there, he wasn't. And I'm just being honest, you know. We didn't have anywhere else to go. It wasn't like we're going to put somebody else in there. He had to knuckle down and get active, and he did.
Mark Caboli.
Hey, Mike, it seemed like your receivers had a tough time adjusting at first, but it played a little better in the second half. What did they do well in the second half that they didn't in the first?
Just like we've been discussing, you know, it's not always on them and what it is they're doing. It's our job as coaches to put them in position to excel. And we were challenged early, and we adjusted. They adjusted, and we moved with more fluidity in the second half. And I'm thankful for that because it was needed.
Alan Saunders.
You had a couple big plays where they had wide receivers in coverage against your linebackers, but you also got 2 interceptions from your linebackers. Can you talk a little bit about the give and take of playing those guys in those situations?
Hey, if you're not willing to leave linebackers in the game, they're going to absolutely gut you running the football. And so, you know, we recognize that. We try to help them. That's why we draft particularly our outside linebackers in round 1. They got to be high pedigree guys. They got to be guys that are capable of rushing left tackles and maybe even covering the receiver in the slot. And so we place a value on that.
Noah Strackme.
Hey, Mike, I apologize if I missed this, but did you give an injury update with Cam Hayward and what he's dealing with?
I don't have the details. Maybe it was a cramp the first time he went down. I don't know what it was the second time. I'm sure I'll have that for you next time we visit.
Jenna Harner.
Coach, I apologize if you touched on this a little bit, but what does a win like today say about the resiliency of this team?
You know, I think we're going to continue to write that. I just, you know, it's good today, but it means nothing for tomorrow. You know, the totality of it is that regardless of these experiences, man, we got to continue to be a group that is on the rise and understand that the bigger challenges and the bigger opportunities are in front of us.
Jerry Dulac.
Hey, Mike, you used 5 linebackers a lot of times. 1, did you want to give them a different look? And 2, I'm assuming that was done to try to stop the run.
Yeah, you know, Mike Hilton functions like a little linebacker. We talk about it often. You know, he's got a unique skill set for his body type and the position that he plays. And we were without him today, and we were playing a great running team. And so it required an adjustment.
2 more. Brooke Pryor.
Like the injury to Tyson Alualu, is that something that you expect could keep him out long term that may make Isaiah Buggs play more often going forward?
I don't have the answer to that. I will next time we visit.
Final one. Jim Colony, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, the entertainment value for those of us that watch is just off and off the charts in these games. Today was obviously no exception. Is it fun for you while these games are going on, or is it more stressful?
You better believe it. It's an honor. It's a humbling experience, but man, this is what we signed up for, man. This is why we do what we do at this level, be it coach or player or trainer or anybody, man. You want to be in these stadiums. You want to, have Nance and Romo calling your game. You know you're in the right building. And we got respect for that. We appreciate it, and we're honored to be a part of it.
Okay, Coach.